So it must be nice, and Darren, to know not only the direction of travel for the rest of this season, but for the next 3 years as well, to have that all sorted. I guess you kind of knew anyway, but it's nice to have it out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, we're very excited about it, Gaffer and I, and really looking forward to the future with the club. I'm glad it's sorted out. I think we all are. It takes away any doubt who's going to be here for the future. So we're going to crack on with it. We're looking forward to it. Obviously, the concentration now is in the last period of the season. And yeah, listen, when the chairman and I spoke, it was very quick in terms, not quick the conversation, but we had to act quickly, as the words I'm trying to use. So then it was just about short term, but we've spoke many times since and obviously come to this decision. Yeah, from the day you came back, did you always have it in the back of your mind that you'd quite like to stay? Not from the day I came back, no. But as things have gone on, because obviously the way the club want to go in terms of not rewinding, but sort of going back to what we're about really in terms of developing players and bringing players through, and obviously the investment in the academy. We listened to each other and what we had to say in terms of the chairman and the owners and my thoughts, and we came to the decision that it was the best thing to do. Do you think with where the club is now, with the Canadian guys on board, that quite clearly there is a greater opportunity to improve upon what you did before? Are there more opportunities there? Yeah, I think it's a good blend, and the chairman and the two other owners, I think they work well. I know they work very well together. It works, and they all bring something different to the table. My go-to man really is the chairman, but obviously with the other owners, we've met and got on very well with them and like the ideas they've got. They're both very different, but no, it's been all very positive. They're very keen on it, on me coming back for the reasons they've given. So now we've just got to crack on and hopefully get to where we need to get to. Does it help with those short-term goals to have that all sorted and to have out in public? Will that help with the remaining games this season? Sorry, in what sense? What do you mean? That we've now got the clarity over the 3 years. Yeah, I mean, I think it takes away any doubt, and you know, even for the players maybe. But in terms of the short term, we've got to get going again, and we've stuttered the last week. In terms of when you've got 3 games in 1 week, to lose all 3 of them it is a big blow. So we have to sort of go again, and we've got 2 home games coming up, obviously starting on Saturday, and we've got to be positive as a team and get a result. You mentioned a few weeks back about trying to enjoy your football as much as possible. Inevitably, when you lose, it's going to be that much harder. But is that key, just to get I think you mentioned about being a bit more relaxed, but in the right sort of way out on the pitch? Yeah, to get the best out of you as a player, they've got to be able to relax and not sort of clam up. And we've had good chats in terms of Monday, moving forward quickly, got that out of the way, and then the week's been good, and in terms of us being positive with them, and then the players being positive. But we've got to get results. That's what it comes down to. We've got to start picking up positive results, and Saturday's an opportunity to do that. Yeah, you'd mentioned previously as well about it being quite a quiet squad, and I suppose when you have those moments where you concede a goal or something goes against you, lacking those voices or not quite having that balance in terms of personalities, that's when it really shows. Yeah, I think they're a fairly quiet bunch. They're fairly young, and also, you know, some were lacking in confidence. So that combined, it can be difficult, but we've got to show our strength, our mental strength. And you know, it was the manner of the defeat against Coventry I was disappointed with, because up until, you know, they scored, we were very much on top. And I know they had a couple of counter attacks, but we could have gone in on another day two goals up at least. But it's not to be at the moment. We're maybe getting 1 or 2 breaks, but clearly we have to have a bit more about us when we go behind. And I'm sure, you know, we've worked on certain things today, not physically but mentally, in terms of this week, to make sure there's that togetherness. But you know, Saturday's opportunity to put a lot of wrongs right. Yeah, still just the 2-point gap, yeah. And I suppose as ever now, when people begin to write you off, you've got that point to prove. Well, we've always got a point to prove, and I think what we've got to concentrate on is focusing on the standards I want, and having them every single day we come to work and taking them into a Saturday or a Tuesday night. That's mainly what we've been focusing on. The standards that we set, we have to maintain them on a daily basis, because if you don't, you take bad habits into the pitch, and that's something that the players need to get away from.
And of course you'll be challenging the players to do all they can on an individual basis. I guess you'd also like to see some real combinations forming, some pairing, some parts of the team where you can see that structure and almost players demanding to play alongside one another because they're working well.
Yeah, the biggest problem I've had is consistency in selection, because there is quite a few players lacking a little bit of confidence. So to get that back, you're probably going to have to play 3 or 4 games to get them going again, and it's difficult to do that because we're in a situation where we have to win each game. So that's probably the most difficult bit. But whatever team I pick on Saturday, whatever bench I pick on Saturday, it's about being a good teammate and being a collective group and wanting it, everyone to do well and win that game.
And of course, when it comes to your options going forward, you've got quite a lot of different things you can do, but I suppose part of the puzzle still remains really if you can get the best out of Lee Tomlin, Marcus Maddison, Ivan Toney, Matty Godden, and use them in the right way with the right combinations. That will make a huge difference.
Yeah, of course. We've got some good players attacking wise. You on the 4 you've just mentioned, but they've got to get to a consistent level. That's the key, is being consistent in performances. And at the moment, we're not getting that out of the team. So we have to get that.
Yeah, and we had that with the suspensions as well. From Ivan Toney's point of view, you miss a game, and then we've had injuries in the mix as well. The likes of Ryan Tafazoli, Reece Bennett, and none of that helps, does it, when you're trying to get it all settled?
No, it doesn't. But that's not. I'm not going to be using excuses for that. The bottom line is we're not getting the right results at the moment. There is always reasons for that, and we have to find the reasons and find a solution to the problem, and hopefully the players go out and perform to the standards that I know they're capable of on Saturday.
Yeah, potentially a nice boost for this weekend if Siriki Dembele can make the squad.
Yeah, he's in the squad. He'll be in the squad. He's trained excellently. He's a good player, the boy. I haven't seen enough of him because of his injury. He's a player I like, though.
Yeah, and presumably important as well, because he just adds something that is maybe a little bit different.
Yeah, he can beat a man, with pace, skill. He's got a lot to learn. He needs a lot of coaching, but the boy's trained with a smile on his face. Looks lively, looks bright, and like I say, he's one that I'm really looking forward to working with, not just for this season.
Otherwise, looking all right on the injury front?
Yeah, Reece Bennett picked up a little bit of a knock, as does Naismith, so we'll wait on them. But no, everyone else seems. Taft's fine. He's back in the building, so from Monday. So he's one that can come back in. So no, everyone seems fine.